Okay, the next subject I want to talk about is one that is a hot topic around the United States, and that's the subject of the use of deadly force. It appears that deadly force is being used in places where it shouldn't be used, but it is a very critical component of law enforcement, and it should not be taken lightly. Without the ability to use deadly force, none of you are safe in your homes. But what we need to do is we need to make sure that the police officers apply it fairly, justly, and as necessary. I've got a few notes here that I'd like to share with you about deadly force, and I'm not giving you any legal advice on this, but I want you to hear my notes and my views on deadly force. You can research a lot of this yourself. Deadly force is defined as an amount of force which is likely to cause either serious bodily injury or death. Serious bodily injury or death. So if you are using force that you know or that a reasonable person would say should cause serious bodily injury or death, you're using deadly force. Now, what has the Supreme Court said about it? Supreme Court has ruled that they've determined you can, by the actions of a reasonable person on the scene, that's their standard of whether or not deadly force is justified. They don't use the determination of a person sitting back in an office, sitting back in a courtroom, sitting on a jury stand. They use what they view to be and what a person could surmise in the rapidly changing events that might take place when a police officer is involved in a critical, life-threatening situation. What would the actions of a reasonable person be in that situation? And that's the standard by which they judge his actions. And something else, the deadly force is to be used and is justified to be used when it is believed that it is no other action will succeed in stopping the offender. So deadly force is basically to be used as a last resort according to the Supreme Court. But notice the courts have ruled and they've given the police permission to use all the force that is necessary when a person is resisting arrest or resisting any type of apprehension, even if it means killing the person they're trying to arrest. So, as I said in my previous lessons, never resist the police, because you may find yourself in a situation that you have been a victim of the use of deadly force, even if they were just trying to inflict serious bodily injury on you at the time. The next thing I want you to know about the use of deadly force is that citizens also can use deadly force if they can prove that the victim was committing or was in the process or attempting to commit a felony, and the felony threatened someone's death or bodily harm. But a fleeing suspect should not be submitted to deadly force. So if a person has done something that would have required deadly force, but you didn't catch them when they did it or when they were about to do it, then you as a citizen cannot apply deadly force. If they're running away, they've already shot somebody, you can't shoot them. So if they're about to do that, though, and you think and you can articulate in words your actions, then you're justified in using deadly force, as is the police. So remember those things. Deadly force is very important. It's the very reason that a lot of times police are the last on the scene and the ones to get things done in critical situations where somebody has a serious weapon or is seriously threatening the lives of others. Deadly force sometimes is the appropriate action to take. So let's not be a bleeding heart and always down the police, because in many cases they're called because they have the capability of using deadly force. But guess what? You as a citizen can also use deadly force if it is under the right circumstances and according to the guidelines of the law, and that's what you need to research for yourself.